The way I think about it is that if my acne is making me stop doing things that I want, and doing this type of makeup going to help me get out the house and do things, why not do it? This makeup tutorial is going to be for my acne prone people and how I get from this to this. Maybe you think my skin is quite okay, and it actually is. I only have this little active pimple here and here because my period's coming, but this is absolutely great for me. Like, I've been through it. Even if I don't have a lot of breakouts and pimples right now, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. For reference, this used to be my skin last year. Even though it looks like quite bad, there weren't any active breakouts. It was just post-breakout hyperpigmentation. But obviously before that, they were pimples. I don't really like making skincare videos because everyone's skin's so different. But if you want me to make a video talking about how I got rid of that much hyperpigmentation, let me know. So as you can see, I still have some here, but these are from December, and not right now is January. Still, this is quite okay for me. Anyways, let's get into this makeup. Makeup is going to still look very natural, but people are gonna think you don't have any breakouts. And I know that we should be embracing our acne and stuff because it's normal, and I'm all about that. But I've also been through acne, and I know what it is to live with it, and not every day you want to show your breakouts. This was a way for me to cope with them, and there's nothing wrong with it. So let me show you. First thing you want to do is hydrate your skin really well. Do your skincare, do whatever you need to have your skin hydrated. When I have nothing on my skin, I just woke up and I have like my nighttime skincare. It's fully absorbed, but my skin is fine. Since I have drier skin, I don't wash my face in the mornings. I usually don't do that much in the mornings. I mostly do in the evenings. The only thing I'm going to do to prep my skin, but again, everyone's skin is different, so prep it as you wish or as you need. The only thing I'm going to use right now is this Dirty Milk Toner. To be very honest, I will probably take this makeup off right after because I'm going to the gym. So I don't need my skin to be hydrated for a long period of time, you know. If I was going to wear this makeup outside or for the whole day, I would probably do a lot more steps. Just for this, it's fine, and my skin it's hydrated enough from the previous night, so this is enough for me. While it's absorbed, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm also going to curl my lashes. I like to make my brows a little bit skinnier. If you've ever seen any of my previous videos, I always do this, but if not, I just pinch them like this to achieve a slightly skinnier brow without compromising too much and not having to pluck any hairs, which feels really nice because, to be honest, my brow hairs grow so fast that I wouldn't even be able to maintain a skinny brow. So this is just what I do. Then I take a brow pen and I extend the tails a little bit because I feel like my brows are missing that. Now that the skin prep is absorbed, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a glowy primer. This one's also hydrating, so yeah. You really need to hydrate your skin even if you're oily, because if you have dry skin and you dry it out, I mean, that's obviously not going to work. But if you have oily skin and you dry it out and you put like dry primers or whatever, the only thing that's going to happen is that your skin, it's going to need to restore, or it's going to think that it needs to restore that moisture and produce more oil. If you hydrate it, you're going to trick your skin into thinking that it's fine and it's not going to produce more excess oil, you know? So I don't care what's your skin type, you need to hydrate. And now I'm going to go in with my favorite skin tint. This is a skin tint but in a stick. This is from Fenty. It's super blurring, so easy to apply, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. Here it feels like it has high coverage, but it actually doesn't. Now you're probably thinking like, a skin tint is not going to cover my pimples, my acne. It's just going to even out the skin tone a little bit and tone down that redness. Even if it's not covering it like fully. Right now I don't have like crazy breakouts, so I can swipe my brush. If you have acne, I would suggest to tap your brush to not move around the product that much and to maintain a tiny little bit of coverage. We're going to tackle the breakouts in just in a second. Now I'm going to grab my concealer. You want a nice high coverage concealer, but that's also thin. It's non-drying. You want it hydrating but also kind of thick, but also kind of thin. It's kind of weird, but I would really suggest this one from NARS, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. It's absolutely gorgeous. This won't clog your pores. You'll see. I use this for my under eyes as well. It's kind of thick, like it doesn't have a runny consistency, but it's very hydrating and thin. That's exactly what you need. So I'm going to spot conceal where I have any hyperpigmentation or any blemishes. We're going to let that sit for just a little bit. This way it's going to dry down a little bit. When you blend it out, it's going to have a little bit more coverage. So I forgot to mention, you need to pick a shade that is close to your skin tone, if not the same, so it doesn't stand out. And not to blend that out, we're going to be really patient and very careful. You want to blend it like around the pimple and not just on top of it. And you want to use a dense brush like this. Do not use a beauty blender. The beauty blender is just going to absorb all the product, and we want to maintain as much coverage as possible. If they are flat, if it's just acne marks, you can tap on top of it very lightly. But if they have a little bump like this, just go around. Now let's apply some bronzer. Don't apply the product directly to your face. This is gonna disrupt any work, anything that you've done. It's going to mess it up. So always try to apply it on the back of your hands and pick it up with a brush. Just coat the brush really well. And now with tapping motions, you can go and apply it. I like applying it on top of my cheeks, a little bit on my temples. If you need more, just apply more to the back of your hand and repeat that. This is also a great way to apply any cream products on top of other cream products. It's gentle enough and it's not going to disturb anything. And also it's just basically blended once you put it on the skin, because you've already distributed it really nicely on your brush. So whether you have acne or not, this is a great way to apply your product. We're going to do the same thing with our blush. Do the same thing and pick it up with a brush. You can also pick it up directly from the product, but I would suggest to tap it on the back of your hand anyways, so you don't apply too much product by accident. And remember, always tap very gently, and this way everything is going to look seamless. Now we're going to apply some powder. I prefer to apply it with a fluffy brush. I have dry skin and I prefer not to put too much. Remember to blend any creases very quickly. Apply that powder. I'm going to apply this mainly on the center of my face. And now this is a little trick that I've been loving lately. After the loose powder, I get a powder foundation. This one's from Kylie, and they use it as a finishing powder for my under eyes and also for the rest of my face if I want to mattify. Since it's a powder foundation, it has a little bit more coverage than an actual powder, so it's like 2-in-1. With either this one or this one, you can set your breakout. I'm going to use this one to give that extra coverage, and I'm just going to tap very gently like that. You don't want to swipe or anything like that. Now it comes my favorite part of this makeup. When you have lots of things going on your face, it's easier to camouflage them if you add more things to your face. Let me just explain. Like if you have, let's say, perfect base going on and then you have little bumps or breakouts, it's easier for you to see those if the rest of your face is like perfect. So what I like to do to camouflage those is apply freckles, and not just freckles on the bridge of the nose. We want to apply freckles very naturally. Here is how I do it. I'm going to use these Folks freckles things from Pseudo Labs. I'm not gonna use it how it's supposed to be. This is like a little brush, and this thingy, you are supposed to brush this to get like a very natural, and that gets really messy. You end up going everywhere. So I don't like to use it that way. I mean, I just use it because I have it, but I wouldn't recommend. I would love to try these kind of freckle pens where you just where they have like a little ball on the tip and you can just do that. I'm going to sort of fake that with this, okay? So yeah, we're going to apply just a little bit on the nose, of course. And the trick here is to create some sort of layers. The first layer is going to be very light and quite blended, honestly. Let me just zoom you in a little bit more. There you go. So as you can see, it's not very noticeable. It's a very light brown, and I'm just going to do this in a few different areas, like my cheeks, my nose bridge, but also other random places where people with natural freckles would have freckles, you know? People with freckles naturally don't just have them here, just have them all over and on random places as well. So that's why I like to add some freckles in places like here on the temples. I'm gonna add some just here, almost getting into the eye, more on the under eye. There are actually no rules for this. And once we think we have like a nice base, we're going to do more freckles, but a little bit bigger, a little bit more pigmented, a little bit darker. And I'm going to just go in one more time, and this time I'm going to make my little 3D pimples here and here stand out even more, but just turning them into a beauty mark. You can do that to as many blemishes as you want. Now your attention is not just drawn to your pimples or whatever, even if actually no one is looking at those anyways, but you know, you feel better. You draw the attention to your freckles, even to your pimples, but now they don't look like pimples. Let me just finish the face and I'll be just right back. There's something just so freeing about feeling good in your skin, even if you're not at that stage of loving your skin the way it is. I think makeup can help a lot with it and helps coping with it, because it definitely helped me getting to love my skin. The way I think about it is that if my acne is making me stop doing things that I want, because at one point I wouldn't get out the house, I'm doing this type of makeup that it's going to make me feel like I'm quote-unquote normal again. Why not do it? This is going to help me get out the house and do things that I really want to do, but my skin is not letting me do it, you know? That feeling, it's just unmatchable, honestly. And this doesn't mean that you can't love your skin underneath, not at all. This is just helping you cope however you need to. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that if doing your makeup like this and camouflaging your pimples, acne, etc., whatever, is going to make you feel slightly better, do it. Just do it. Because there's nothing worse than not feeling yourself. And when you have acne, that shit is hard. The mental toll, that's another thing, that's another level. Put some makeup on, trick your brain into thinking that you actually look like this. Slowly, your brain is going to be happy with your bare skin. And I know it sounds insane, but that can happen. That can happen. Your brain is a muscle, you can train it, trust me. Yeah, and eventually your acne will cure. If in the meantime you have to do some makeup like this to cope with it, go for it. I'm just ranting at this point, but yeah, this topic really hits home. So if you want to share your experiences, because having acne can feel really lonely. I felt so isolated and alone when I was going through it. I really did. If you're going through something like this and you feel comfortable sharing, of course, I will love to chat with you in the comments. I really hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If you've never done something like this, try it and let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for listening and for letting me just talk about this. I love you so much. You're beautiful, and I will see you in the next video.